Hey, what's going on, everybody? Mr. Richard here, and welcome to the live, y'all. I'm talking to TikTok at the same time, so if you're on TikTok, just go and search The Rich Get Richard in YouTube and watch from here. It's the same feed, it's just a little different, and it's like your easy way to support me, right? So I really appreciate if y'all do that. You don't have to if you don't want to. All right. So as soon as I start getting people in here, we're gonna get we're gonna get the discussion started. Today's subject is there like a stigma or is there a divide amongst the races when it comes to financing? Is there a one up on individuals because of their certain race or maybe their name or any of that sort, right? But I'm live streaming from multiple platforms. I'm on YouTube at The Rich Get Richer. So please make sure you're following. Please make sure you're saying something. Divine, I just see you came in there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just search The Rich Get Richard and then come through there. I really appreciate that. So let's get to talking since we getting that popping. All right. So is there a divide amongst races? Yes and no. I think that we have our differences, and I think that we are taught differently throughout our upbringing. And one thing about other cultures, except African American people, we always put an emphasis on money, but we don't put emphasis on processes when it comes to money, right? If somebody owe you money or if somebody loaned you money or, it's always like a quick, fast buck. It's always a hustle. And it's always something like that. It's never really like a true process. Yo, man, let's buy some properties together. Let's go buy a business together. Let's start a business. Let's start a process. It's always something like, yo, man, there's some new shoes coming out. Let me go buy these shoes. Oh man, I'm saving up. I'm gonna get this Hellcat. Don't you ever think to yourself, man, shouldn't I tell this guy he shouldn't buy no fucking Hellcat at 28% interest for $70,000, right? But if you told him that, oh man, you're a hater. You don't want to see me shine. But it's not like that. Sometimes you got to be told when you're doing something wrong. So let's talk about other races instead of blacks, right? And I'll give you examples and scenarios of wealthy, upper class, or rich people that I personally know in other demographics and other races that are doing it on a high level. So, for example, I have an Asian buddy, and every time I see him, he has the nicest car. And then I say, yo, man, what do you do? He said, oh, my parents own a Chinese restaurant. And I said, oh, okay, that's cool, right? Did they buy it for you? He said, no, I bought it for myself. I said, okay, well, like, what do you do? What do you do? He said, oh, I work with them. I said, well, how does that work? He says, I open up the store with my mom in the morning, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then my father and my sister closes the store. They come in at 3. We have an hour overlap, and they close down the store. They pay me a salary of, we'll say, $60,000 a year, and I live with them. I said, so let me get this straight. They pay you $60,000 a year, and you live with them? Well, if you make $60,000 a year, why don't you just go buy your own place? He said, why? That's stupid. And then I sat back for a second. I thought, man, maybe these guys got it figured out, or maybe we're just having an American mentality of 18 and you're out the door. 19, you got to go. Right? Now, in the comments, did your parents put a stipulation on, oh man, when you graduate, you got to go. You got to go to college. You got to get a job after a year. You got to go. Like, what kind of stipulations did they give you? Right? And the more that I think about it, I think that's the wrong way to go about it. I'm almost thinking, if I have a big enough home, I should almost just let my kids stay here forever, right? Until they want to move out. If I can support them. Now, if I ever had like 5 kids or something like that, that's kind of pushing it, right? But he was like almost 30. He wasn't married. He had a girlfriend, no kids, right? Some people say they got kicked out at 16. Some people say they get kicked out at 15. I've heard people get kicked out at 13, which is fucking crazy if you think about it. 13 years old. So let me get back to the scenario, right? The mom and the son opened the store, the Chinese restaurant. The daughter and the husband closed the store. They all lived in the same house. They had a big house. And the daughter lived in the house too. The daughter had a child. The grandmother lives in the house too. The grandma takes care of the daughter, so they don't have to pay for daycare. Now, I want you to think about, somebody said generational wealth, right? It ain't even got to be generational wealth. It just makes sense. You ain't got to pay for daycare. Your kids ain't got to pay for, you ain't got to pay for daycare. Your kids ain't got to pay for their homes. They don't got to pay. You pretty much probably eat there all day for free, right? And you keep it all in the family. He got a check. He just bought a nice car with the check. He said, this is the only bill I got. Cell phone on a family plan, because the more phones you have on the plan, the cheaper the shit is. And then the bad part about it is he had a nice car, but he told me he rarely drives the car because they have a van that they take back and forth to work, a work van. He said, I drive that shit everywhere. If I got to pick up meat, I got to pick up supplies, I just drive the van. I have a nice car. I just take it out when I want to go on dates with my girlfriend, but I rarely drive it. Now, someone said that black people get denied for loans or black people don't have their stuff together. Now, if that guy came into your bank and said, yo, I want to buy a really nice car. Okay, cool. What do you do for a living? Oh, I'm an employee at my family's company. Cool. How much debt you got? None. What about rent? None. How's your credit? Spotless. I never really use it. How much you make? $60,000 a year with no overhead? Approved, 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 approved. His credit's probably through the moon too. Right? So, I mean, they saving money on daycare. They saving money on a nursing home. Shit. They saving money on travel. They drive the old van. I mean, win, 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 win. Just something to think about, right? That's just the Asian dude I know, right? I'm gonna break down all these races too. So if you paid attention, comment your thoughts as we go along, because you know this type of stuff I enjoy. I really like talking about this type of stuff. And if you on TikTok, go to The Rich Get Richer and watch this on YouTube, because TikTok don't pay me crap. YouTube actually gets some money. Okay? And I appreciate y'all checking in. I'll give y'all quick shout outs. Y'all on YouTube and Twitch. Appreciate Twitch. So I had an Indian buddy, right? And this was gonna blow your mind. Y'all probably didn't even know this. I had an Indian buddy. And I went to his house, and it was a shit ton of people in there, man. A lot. It was a big ass house, though. It had to be 6,000, 7,000 square feet. It was a lot of people in there. And I said to him, "You're having a party or something?" He said, "Oh, no, we all live here." And I said, "Man, get out of here." He said, "Yeah, we all live here." I said, "Well, why don't they get their own place?" I said, "Oh, no." He said, "No, hell no. We don't do that." Like, what do you mean we don't do that? He said, and he broke this shit down, and I was just like, oh my goodness, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know this process even worked like that. So I'm gonna give you a little quick history lesson before I get started on this, because the history lesson helps you with this, right? So back in the 50s, 60s time frame, when the country intercontinental highway system was getting built out, there was a famous entrepreneur. His last name was Patel, right? And he pretty much had a contract or an agreement with the government to build stops all throughout the highway system, because some stretches was miles and miles and miles, and they had nothing there, and they wanted people to drive on these roads. So you're not going to drive on a road if it don't have a gas station. You're not going to drive on a road if it ain't got nowhere to stay. So what happened is this guy named Patel built multiple hotels and gas stations all throughout the United States as part of a contract with the government to popularize driving on the roads. Because if it ain't no gas station, ain't nowhere to stay, no one's gonna drive on the shit. It's just simple as that. So, as a part of this agreement, now I'm hearing this from this guy. He's breaking this down for me. He told me that as part of that agreement, that anybody from 5 countries who move over here with the name Patel, which is his last name, have rights to buy, they get business funding to buy a hotel. They get business funding to buy a gas station. And they don't have to pay a payment on it for 5 years. They pretty much get 0% funding for the first 5 years if their name is Patel. Right? So, what does that tell y'all? That some guy set up his lineage. Like, dude, he set up everybody. Anybody who comes over here from Pakistan, India, any of those countries, I don't know them all, but anybody that comes over here, if their last name is Patel, they get business rights, and they get deferred taxes, they get business loans, but it has to go towards a hotel or a gas station. So what do people do? They move over here, and they have a Paki name or Indian name. They will change their names to Patel. You ever go to a gas station and see an Indian guy working there? Stop me when I'm lying. What about a hotel and they own it? Stop me when I'm lying. Why? Why do they get funding and I can't? Because of a clause that somebody wrote for their generation 50 fucking years ago, 60 years ago. So this is how they get down. Now that's my history lesson. Let me vert back to my homeboy that told me all these people living in the house. You go get you a hotel. You come to this country. You change your name to Patel. You get you a hotel. You run it. You're successful. You buy a big house. You move your brother over here. He lives with you. He buys a hotel. He makes it successful. Then he buys a house. And then he moves his auntie or his cousin or his sister or a family member. And while they're getting their shit together, they just live with you because your house is big as hell and you can support them. The only reason they're coming over here because you showed them the way of how to do it. So that's why when I went into his house, there was a crap ton of people living in there because all of these people was coming over here, getting their visa right, changing their name to Patel to qualify for hotel loans and gas station loans so they can buy their own gas station, buy their own hotel, and create their own lineage and their own family income. Right now, if I told y'all, could you live with 20 people for 2 years to be financially free? Probably not. You can't even be in the room with your cousin for 2 hours without getting drunk and fighting somebody. You couldn't do it. It's a rhetorical question. You can answer if you want to. I know y'all are Americanized. Y'all get kicked out the house or leave the house at 18 years old. I hear people all the time, I need my space. I don't like roommates. I'm too old for that. I don't want to do that. Okay, well, keep doing what you're doing and let me know how that works. Y'all are programmed. Y'all thinking that shit's cush, but it's really not. Struggling ain't cush. Having your own place and struggling is not the play. I'd rather have $50,000, $100,000 in the bank with roommates than be cush and broke as fuck. Sorry. You know? It is what it is. Okay. So now we talked about Asians. We talked about Indians. What about my Latinos? They ain't exempt. They know what they're doing too. Shit, I think they're probably top of the food chain. Shit, they got the money thing on lock. They don't give a damn. Right? They coming over here taking all the opportunities that y'all don't want. Right? So, all right, here we go. So, it's 130 people in here, 16, 17 people on TikTok, YouTube. I appreciate y'all being here. Hey, if you could please on TikTok, go to YouTube and finish watching this video. Go to therichgetrichard.com. The Rich Get Richard on YouTube and watch it from there. It's the same content. It pays me there. TikTok don't really pay me. And or if you want to get into the free mentorship class, I have one coming up. Click the link in the bio, join the free class. All right, so let's talk about my Latinos. Right? I had a buddy who lived across the street from me. And he had a nice truck, and he would always invite me over to like drink a beer or two, right? I really ain't a big drinker, but he would invite me over. He was really, really cool, man. I was talking to him one day, and I would see people come in and out of this one house, in and out of this house. And I was like, man, like, do you live there? This is like a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house. There's like 20 people here. He said, oh yeah, we all stay here. I was like, what? Like, where do you sleep? He said, shit, I sleep on the floor. And I said, oh man. I said, I know you make good money. What do you do? You're a roofer, right? I think they was a roofer. Yeah, I think he was a roofer. But they had a van there. They had a van and a truck. So they would wake up and they would leave early in the morning and go to a roofing job and then come back out and we would drink beers. So I said, man, you're a roofer, right? He said, yeah. I said, well, don't roofing pay good? I forgot the numbers on it off the top of my head, but it was a cash job. I just pay him under the table. But it was like $50,000 a year he was making. So I was like, yo, man, you make like $50,000 a year cash. Why don't you just go get your own apartment and, you know, just come over early in the morning and, you know, hop in the truck and go to work? And he was like, Holmes, that's stupid as hell. That's loco, Holmes. That's mad loco. That doesn't make any sense. You can't find the YouTube? Go to search The Rich Get Richard. Okay? And then he said, yo, that's mad loco. I said, why? He said, why? Why am I buying an apartment? Or why am I getting an apartment when all I do is come here, hang out a little bit, and I sleep? That's all I'm doing. All my clothes is in, he said, all my clothes is in a corner. I don't need anything. My objective here, he broke it down. My objective here is to make as much money as possible and send it back home to my family in Mexico. That's it. He said $50,000 in American dollars. My family is living like a king at home. He's making a crap ton of money here. He's sleeping in the corner of a house with a whole bunch of other buddies. They wake up, they go to work, they come home, they drink a couple of beers, maybe get something to eat, hang out a little bit, and then they right back on it. His job is to make money. His job ain't to be cool, to be comfortable. His objective is to make as much money as possible. And he broke it down to me like this. He said, about 5 years of this, I will have enough money to move back to Mexico and not work again a day in my life. Suck it up for 5 years to be financially free. It's crazy. It's a crazy concept for people, right? So now, would you sleep in a corner of a house for 5 years to never work a day again in the rest of your life? I already hear y'all saying it. No, y'all won't. Y'all sleep in nasty hotels and complain the whole damn time. Oh no, my feet dirty. Ugh, I can't do this. I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to get ahead, right? And hell, some of y'all won't even take on a roommate. I know people with 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom houses live by themselves. Why don't you take on roommates? Man, I need my space. You need your space? 2,100 square feet? How much space you need? Or at least downsize. How much you paying for a month for this? $3,500? At least get something that's 1,500. That save you $2,000 a month. That's $24,000 a year. Put that in an ETF at 14.4% interest for the next 20 years. You're sitting on $9.5 million. But you want your own space. Come on, man. So moral of the story is, Buddy said he's taking all his money, he's sending it back to Mexico, where, you know, his wife is living like a king. Hope she can ball out and spend it all. But, you know, he said he built him a house, and he wanted to have the house paid for. He wanted his vehicles paid for. And he's going to take the truck he bought here and drive it back to Mexico. He probably gonna try to cross the border and be like, what's your state your business? I'm going home. You can't be here. Okay, cool. I'm by. Deport me. Shit, I don't care. So we talked about my Asian buddy, who it's his parents, his grandma, him and his sister kid living in the same house, working at the same Chinese restaurant, killing the game. All right. Then I talked about Indians, right? Where they buy a huge house and they all stay in one house. A family will stay in one room. Every room is devoted to a family while they're working over here, getting their visas and their stuff together, while they're converting their names to Patel to qualify for grants and business loans that gets them hotels and gas stations. Then I talked about Mexicans, how they will work odd jobs, work jobs that Americans think are too good for them. Right? Y'all think y'all too good to go pick apples or roofing. Right? But shit, Hector get his ass on that roof, and Hector be sitting on $50,000 wild cash a year. But you too proud. Hector is asleep in the corner. His rent $100 a month. Probably not even that. $50 a month, maybe $100 a month. That's $1,200 a year. He don't drive. He don't pay for gas to go back and forth to work. He hop in the van. He going up there and knock that shit out. Eat a sandwich. Get some water, and his ass right back on that roof. All right. Now let's talk about whites. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now it's gonna get good. Now it's gonna get good. What do white people do? I'm not trying to make this about race, but what do white people do to set themselves apart financially versus Asians, Indians, Mexicans, blacks? How are they setting themselves apart? Right? First of all, right? Once they, it's a lot. I don't even know how I'm gonna break this down. First thing is, have you ever noticed when white people get money, it trickles down. When black people get money, it trickles up. Let me say it again, because y'all listening, but y'all didn't hear me. Black people get money, it trickles up. White people get money and it trickles down. Meaning that typically in a Caucasian home, their finances are already in order. If Tommy, their kid, hits a big baseball contract for a major league team or the number one hockey player, his parents don't want shit from him. His cousins don't want shit from him. Nobody has a handout. You don't have to go back to the hood. What the fuck does that mean? Right? But let's say Tyrone gets drafted in the NBA. His cousin needs to get right. His uncles need to get right. His parents need to get right. Grandma coming out of nowhere. When has it been an obligation to take care of the people atop of me? What, that don't even make any sense, right? Just my parents had their lives. What does my money have to do with them? Now, if they need something here or there, I got you. But this ain't no support system. Support is down. Support is not up or sideways, right? Support is not sideways. My brothers and sisters, no, I'm not supporting y'all. I support my kids. I don't support my parents. And I don't support my sisters and my cousins. I support my kids. But our culture feels like we got to support our family. You know what? First thing I did, I bought my mom a house. Tell your mom about her own fucking house. Why your mama ain't got her own shit? You know, hey, mom, hey, this money has to last the generation down. What you did when you was 22 ain't got nothing to do with me. What you did at 18 ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not going to say I'm not going to look after you. And I'm not going to say I ain't got your back. But I'm not supporting you. Oh, no. Now, when she gets older, or he or she gets older, yeah, I got you. Your mama and your parents is 40 years old talking about some support? No. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'll help you with a down payment on the house to get you out the ghetto. But after that, you need to still pay your own bills. You need to still work. Bad comparison to you. Shit. All right. Also, too, is that people's parents plan for their kids. They don't plan for themselves. It's kind of funny how, like, let's say there's a 30-year-old white guy and a 30-year-old black guy, right? The 30-year-old black guy, when he has kids, he's like, yo, whatever plans I got is pretty much out the window. Right? My objective now is to take care of these kids. And my objective now is to give my kids the best life that I didn't have. Financially, not a whole bunch of Gucci and Louis and Jordans and dumb shit. I'm talking about real taking care of them. But the 30-year-old African American feel like, yo, man, I still got a lot of life to live. And their objective is still trying to take care of themselves versus putting their money into the assets of the kids. Right? And also, they talk to each other about money. They talk all the time. I got friends who they'll devote a whole day and all they do is sit around talking about money. And I said, yo, we need to start doing this, right? So me and my brothers and my sisters and my parents, on Christmas holiday, we'll sit around and talk about money. That's what we do. Right? And then we collab. We collaborate, which all y'all should be doing. Collaborate. Man, my cousin, he don't never want to do shit. I can't stand his. Come on, dog. Come on. We got to get out of that. That ain't it, dog. That ain't it. That's not the play. All right. And then also, too, we need to understand money as a long play versus a hustle. Like, there's no worse misconception amongst the community than I got the play, I got the hustle, I got it figured out. Yo, you give me X, you give me Y, you give me Z, and in 6 months I'm gonna turn it, I'm gonna triple it. That shit don't fucking make any kind of sense. None. Think about it like this: if you could put $10,000 into something and turn it into $100,000 in 6 months, I will take $10 million right now and put it into it. Right? If you could take $10,000 or $5,000 or $1,000 or your baby mama income check or your paycheck or your homeboy won the lottery or some shit, if you can take that money, put it into something, 6 months later and 5 times it, I'll put $10 million in it right now. I'll put $5 million if you get 5 times in 6 months. It don't work like that. And the faster you learn that money is not like a hustle or it's a quick fix, right? You have to put your money into shit and let it ride. I had this one guy. This was probably about 10 years ago. He said, yo, man, I want to get down. Cool. Let's start investing in mutual funds. What the hell is that? I spent about an hour breaking down stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, all that kind of shit. He said, okay, cool. I said, how much can you start? He said, I don't know, $50, $100 a month. Cool, let's do $100 a month. This guy had the money in the account 4 months. I can't even make this shit up. And I explained to him too, yo, man, this is a long play. This money is pretty much gone. Don't expect it. Don't count on it. Don't look forward to it. This is going to grow compound interest for years and years to come. And we're going to take this money and put it into a trust, and we're going to live off the interest from the trust. That's what trust fund babies do. You ever heard the term trust fund? A trust fund is somebody, grandma or grandfather or great-great-grandfather, putting money into an interest-bearing account, letting it ride, and then 30, 40, 50, 60 years later, living and eating interest for the rest of their lives. That's what a trust fund is. I told him that it's a long play. 4 months later, he calls me bitching. Yo, man, I put $100 a month into this account. It's at $400. It's at $403. I made $3 in 4 months. This ain't a lot of money, bro. It's dollar cost averaging. You have to let it ride. The stock is probably just down now. I ain't even look. All right, man. I'm gonna let it ride, but I don't know. I don't know about this, man. I can't do this. This is too hard. 2 weeks later, he took his money out. I talked to him probably like 6 months ago. He said, yo, man, I should have listened to you. I did the math in front of his face. I said, can you talk on the Zoom real quick? Cool. I did the math on that account. He missed out on about $749,000. $749,000 over the last 10 years that he missed out on compounding interest for putting $100 into an account and letting it ride. Hey, it's not a hustle, man. You got to be patient. Some people understand that. Some people don't. Asians do. Indians do. Mexicans do. Whites do. Blacks. We get paid on Friday. Straight to Jordans and Gucci and Hellcats on Saturday, and the club on Sunday, church on Sunday afternoon, and then we broke complaining about how life sucks on Monday. It's a damn shame, though. Y'all need to be taught better. Y'all need to be taught better. And that's why I'm here. Y'all have to learn. Also, when it comes to our demographic, man, we have to do better with credit. We have to pay our bills on time. And we have to be more responsible. The whole moral of this whole conversation is because the individual told me in the comment section that certain loans and certain things aren't for Black people. I said, no, they're just not for you, because you don't know the heck you're talking about. You are the reason why people feel like they can't do stuff, right? Because last I checked, I'm probably darker than everybody on this app. I ain't been denied in 14 years. I don't even know what a denial letter even looks like. Oh, sorry, I take that back. Fuck Bank of America. Besides them. But I'm being transparent, right? I ain't even got my book of lines of credit with me. I have $1.2 million worth of business lines of credit, multiple personal credit cards, multiple personal business loans, multiple business loans, multiple real estate loans, commercial, duplexes, quadplexes, single family homes, multiple. A denial? A denial. To who? Is it because I have money? No. You must got the hookup. The hookup? What the? It's a hookup. Hookup what? What the fuck does that even mean? No. I pay my bills on time, which makes my credit score higher, which makes me a better candidate to get credit. It ain't rocket science, man. Black people have statistically the lowest credit scores amongst all demographic: Indian, Asian, Mexican, white. Black people have the lowest amount of collateral when they're applying for loans. Blacks have the lowest amount of net worth. The average white man in America, a white family in America, has $1.3 million worth of net worth. The average Latino has $254,000. The average black family has $201,000. We can't even be Latinos. They come over this country. Some of these guys come over here illegally, do better than us. We had 500 years, 400 years to acclimate. These guys got 40 months doing better than us. We still can't get it together. When people say, oh man, they deny a lot of black people. No, we just don't got our shit together. Fix your credit. Pay your bills on time. Be responsible. Be disciplined. Don't rack up a shit ton of debt. Especially consumer debt, which is the worst kind. Hey, Mr. Rich, I need some help. What you got? Well, I need to get these debts down. Well, how much you got? $15,000. Would you buy a car? Nope. A business? Nope. Real estate? Nope. What'd you buy on it? I took a vacation. I went on a cruise. I bought some Gucci, Louis. I bought some Jordans. So you clean and you fresh and broke. And now when you do need credit, you missed the payment because you couldn't afford all that stuff anyways. You missed the payment. Now your credit score dropped. Now no one wants to give you any more money. Nobody wants to give you money. And then what they say? Oh, they won't give me money because I'm black. No, they won't give you money because you're broke. Think about it like this. I'm going to give everybody a scenario, right? White, black, Mexican, Hispanic. I don't give a damn what you are. Would you, ask yourself honestly, it's rhetorical. If you want to answer in the comment section, that's totally fine. Would you give yourself a loan for $100,000 unsecured? Honestly, right? Some people say yes, some people say no. Some people lie to themselves too. Some people say no. Thank you. Thank you. Some people say no. Would you give yourself a loan for $100,000 unsecured? A lot of people would say no. Because you know what the type of person you are, right? If you won't loan yourself $100,000, what do you think a bank was going to loan you $100,000 for? What do you think a credit union is going to loan you $100,000 for? What do you think the SBA is going to loan you $100,000 for, right? You have to make yourself, you got to work on a lot of discipline. You got to work on paying bills on time. You got to learn on money management. You got to learn about getting out of consumer debt and getting to like business debt or debt servicing. You got to learn these things. Right? Now I got to plug myself, right? Sorry. And we talk about all that stuff in a free class that's coming up. If you're interested, click the link in the bio and join the free class. All right? So, it's a lot of y'all in here. I'm on a rant. Damn, 20 on YouTube? Man, what's happening? Oh, man, I didn't even start on Instagram. Damn it, I was doing all that talking for nothing. Damn it. I did all that for nothing. Well, I ain't gonna say for nothing. Just not for what I wanted it to. Martin. All right. So I came from TikTok, Jimmy. Appreciate it. All right, it's a lot of y'all in here. If you want to follow, you can. You don't have to, but I do appreciate you just being here. If you want to get into some Q&A, I'll give some quick Q&A session, and then we kind of can go from there. Hey, Timmy and Jimmy, what's happening? Gamer said that's code. I only have a mortgage, no car lease. That's good. Hell yeah. Or anything. I'm looking for wisdom, one of the education. I have savings, but I don't know what to do with it. That's what I'm talking about, brother. Seems like you got your stuff together. But, I'm going to kind of talk about a thing that I kind of like talk about a lot. I call it the 4 pillars, right? You should be well disciplined in the 4 pillars of financing. I'm comically gonna write a book about this, but I really ain't got a chance to yet. But the 4 pillars of financing are everything credit, everything investing, everything in real estate, and then everything ownership, right? So once you get into all 4 of these, you're almost to be like unstoppable when it comes to financing. It's like the infinity gauntlet of that. Yeah, you have an 800 credit score, that's good, right? That's better than a lot of people, right? But whenever you go for like, a lot of people, I meet a lot of people that have good credit, but they don't know why their credit is good. I'm not saying you do or don't, but I know a lot of people that have crappy credit and they don't know why their credit is bad. I know people that have good credit and they say, yo, I've been working on this for years. And I know people who have bad credit and they say, yeah, I've been trying to work on this and I can't get it fixed for years. So, you have to understand all these different parameters when it comes to credit, right? And we kind of break it down. And then also too, someone said, can I do the pillars again? So what we talk about if you ever get into the mentorship, I have a free class coming up on this. Click the link in the bio and just go from there. And then just sign up. It literally takes 10 seconds. And I don't sell your information and none of that crap like that. I don't need to. I might one day, but not now. It's been a while. So yeah, I just realized I paid back and I was hearing the same thing 15 minutes ago. I'm reading your comment 15 minutes in the future. So, anyways, give me a sec. Yeah, so we have to focus on the 4 pillars of financing. This is something I could patent this. I think it almost encompasses and embodies everything. At least, and I almost thought about doing like a children's book or something too. But anyway, so it's investing. So on all levels, right? Mutual funds, ETFs, stocks, bonds, high yield savings accounts, all that shit, right? So then you also have tier 2 or the second pillar. So you have credit, right? Understanding credit, what's credit score versus credit profile, business credit, if you want to get into business funding, raising capital, all that kind of anything that has to do with credit, lines of credit cards, business credit cards, personal credit cards, any of that, things like that, right? That's a whole pillar in itself, right? You should understand everything, right? You should almost be able to go to any source and get any kind of credit or capital that you want. Once you master that pillar, right? No one will ever deny you for financing ever again in your life. It doesn't even make sense. Some people say, "Yo, I get denied for financing," but I'm just like, "Yo, you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right." All right, so that's pillar 2. So investing on all levels, credit all levels, real estate all levels. If someone came to me and knocked on my door and said, "Yo, man, I got a real estate deal," I have a hat that can fit every real estate deal. Somebody want to do a sub two, somebody want to do a lease option, somebody want to do a BRRRR strategy, someone want to do creative financing, someone want to do uh, rent to own, somebody want to do a fix and flip, someone want to do a cash out refi, somebody want to do wholesaling, somebody want to do bird dogging. I don't give a damn, right? If it's money to be made in real estate, I could probably get the deal done because that's just what you need to do. You have to master those techniques. And then also too is ownership, right? You need to own processes that make you money while you sleeping. Okay? Right? Businesses, ATMs, storage units, freaking assisted living facilities, Krispy Kreme with Dunkin' Donuts. I don't give a damn, right? Own a process. You want to get to laundromats. You want to get into, all this other kind of stuff that everybody always talks about, but you don't have no clue how to get them. You don't have any clue how the SBA works. You don't have no clue how much you can get qualified for. You don't have a, you don't, what you gonna do? Just Google a lender near you and just, hey man, what's happening? I heard you giving loans out. They were like, man, get the hell out of here, right? You need somebody who know all these people, right? You need to know how to evaluate a business because people come to me all the time and say the same things. Yo, man, where can I find businesses? Go here, 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 here. And you know what happens? An hour later, they come right back and say, yo, is this a good business or not? Bro, come on, dog. Come on, right? That's like saying, hey, man, where do I go to find a car? I don't know. Cars.com, Auto Trader. I don't fucking know. Go to any of these car places. And then you come to me an hour later talking about, oh, I found a car I want. How do I get finance for the car? Like, I mean, come on, man. Right? Anybody can find a car, anybody can find a business, anybody can find a house, anybody can find an apartment. Now, getting funded for those deals is what you need to be working on. Because without that, I don't give a damn what you find. You can find a $10 million hotel for $5 million. Where you gonna get $5 million from? Hell, you can get, someone said they had there's a $10 million apartment complex. I sell it to you for $100,000 cash. Where you gonna get $100,000 cash from? I'll figure it out. Yeah, I'm sure you will, man. Right? Okay, we'll use that same $100,000 and buy you a fourplex. Well, see, it's different because that's a different scenario. No, it don't work like that. Right? But if y'all have any comments, questions, Mr. William Roundtree, what's happening? William Roundtree in the house. I'm gonna give him a shout out. Credit is king at your Amazon store, local Barnes and Nobles, or wherever you can find it. I have a signed copy. Wish you much success. Thank you, brother. He probably strolling through. He probably ain't even on here, but it's all good. But yeah, so go ahead and give me your comment. So if you're on TikTok, if you want to, go to the YouTube video. If you want to, but you don't have to. Or at least click the link in the bio and join the free class. I have a free class coming up tomorrow talking about buying cash flow producing assets, buying businesses, buying storage units. I mean, whatever the hell you want to get into, man. Whatever you want to do. If anybody's on, hey, if you live on Instagram, could you leave me a comment? Invest in credit and own the process. Yep, that's pretty much it. Right? But it's a little more than just that's just surface level. But one thing I'll always talk about it to my mentees, or if I'm in a coaching session or something like that, I'll break down all those processes, right? And then we also talk about other stuff too. We have guest speakers, and we talk about other stuff too. How ya? Who you yelling at? I'm yelling at you. Playing with you. But I appreciate you how real you are. Your link, yeah, man. Go ahead. Yeah, I think it is. I'm not sure though. If not, Matthew, just go to YouTube and go to TikTok or Instagram and then just click the link and just go from there. But go ahead and ask me any questions you want to. I'm gonna stay on about 5-10 more minutes and I'm gonna get out of here. But if you want to go ahead and sign up for the free class tomorrow, the link in the bio. I need to get a link on TikTok somewhere, but I don't know how to do that. I use my credit card monthly for all expenses, and it paid off at the end of the month. Yeah, that's good. You probably want to get a better credit card too. I don't know what credit card you got, but if you doing that, there's other ways you can do that too. I had somebody put me on. Someone taught me this, but I don't know if it worked. But what they did is they got a HELOC on their house, and then they took all the money from their HELOC and paid down their mortgage. And then whenever their bills come in, whenever their check comes in, they just put it towards the HELOC, and then use the HELOC as their regular checking account. It kind of makes sense too. If you do that, you will almost pay off your house, and you'll pay it off in like 8 years, 5 to 8 years. It makes sense because you paid the majority of your interest at the beginning of your loan. So if you put your HELOC in first position, then you American Express. Which one you got? Yeah, there's a few American Express, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that sounds amazing. Yeah, I don't know if I would do that. Money making money. Yeah, because you think about it, if you ever look at your amortization on a calculator on a mortgage, if your HELOC, I mean, you pay the majority of your interest at the beginning, and then it goes down, it trickles down. Once you get to like that 10-year, 15-year mark, then you start making some real big chunks. But if let's say if your house is worth, 500,000 and you owe 300,000, but you take a HELOC and you get $200,000. Now you put the whole $200,000 towards the HELOC or towards your mortgage. Now you only owe 100,000. Now you pay off that $100,000 way faster, which it kind of makes sense. Hey, what's up? Hey, from Philly. Hey, y'all go ahead and where y'all from, man? Let's get some shout outs. I see Philly in the house. Matthews, where you from, man? Lewis, Matthews, Hookah, Lambo. You from Dallas? What part of Dallas? I got peoples in Dallas. Martin in Harlem. New York. What part of New York? Tennessee originally? What part of Tennessee? I grew up in Tennessee, man. California. Mesquite area? What the hell's a mesquite? Mesquite what? Barbecue chips? What part of California? Kansas City, Missouri? Yo, Kansas City is a gold mine for real estate right now. You should be making a small fortune there, Miss Kansas City. If you're not, you playing around. Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas. I said, what part of Tennessee? You said South Carolina, close to Fort Jackson, South Carolina. I know where Columbia is. I made a small fortune in South Carolina. Houston in the house. Oh, you from east of Nashville? Yeah, east. That's like Cook County, ain't it? Is that like Cook County area? Oh, you didn't think I know that, did it? Right? Oh shit, Miami. Hey, how you like Miami? I thought about moving there, but I heard it's like ridiculously expensive and it's like real bad, like social circles and stuff like that. Thank you. Yeah, McNeilville. I think. How far is that from Cook County, Tennessee? Thank you. You kind of laggy though. So Dallas in the house, Metro City. Yeah. And Bigger Wiz, where you from, man? About an hour. Louisiana. What part of Louisiana that's from? I grew up in Shreveport. Every time I jump on your live, I get multiple friend requests from your page. Yeah, just block them. They ain't me. Right? Let me see if anybody's in the chat spamming everybody. That's why I even I wish I could I try to block them all, but man, them motherfuckers pop up so fast. It's so many scam accounts out there. So if you ever get a text message from me, just go to it. If it don't have 400,000 followers or whatever it is, it ain't me. And besides, I don't I won't ask you to send me like money via Cash App or some Telegram or some bullcrap, right? And that's why I host a free webinar class, because in the free webinar class, you physically see me and we interact, and you don't, it ain't like a computer generated, AI or some crap like that. They're not doing all that. So, you know, I, Mr. Reflect, you reflect. How can you liquidate credit cards? You got a few ways. Some ways are expensive, some ways are cheap. But there's a lot of different ways to do it, right? Just depends on how much you want to pay. And then also, I would like to get some help, Dylan. All right, click the link in the bio and join the free class. I don't know if you can do it from YouTube, but yeah, just go to my TikTok or Instagram and then or Facebook and then click the free link, or go to therichgetricher.com. And you know what? I'll put it in the chat. I'm gonna see if this shit works. But yeah, there's multiple different ways to liquidate credit cards. It just depends. I don't recommend anybody liquidating personal credit cards though. That ain't the play, my boy. But hey, you gotta learn. All right, there we go. I'll put it in the chat. So if you're on YouTube, just copy that link or click the hyperlink and kind of go from there. Damn, y'all give me some good questions now. So, how would you escape living in poverty and level my financial generations? Man, I could probably sit here. I could probably give you a detailed 6-month play to get you pretty much in a better situation. You just got to put in the work, man. Right? A lot of people want the answer, but the answer is not the answer. And I know it sounds stupid initially, but it's almost like the expression, give a man the fish, he'll eat for a day, teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. Because you have to learn certain things when it comes to money and finance. You have to, because it's all learned skills. You have to get into the mindset that you're going to make this work. Because if you don't believe it, it don't make a difference. You know. And then also too, like I hate to use ET's fresh expression, but he always talk about the guru was talking about, yo man, meet me at the ocean, and then walk him to the ocean and drown him. He said, yo, you thinking about breathing. I'm sure everybody heard that before. But you know, I I literally talk about money all day. Whether it's to y'all, whether it's to the family, whether it's to myself. When I drive, I run multiple different money scenarios in my head all day long. Yeah, come to the free webinar and you can ask me whatever questions you want. I'll put in the chat again. So you almost have to be that type of person. You almost got to want that shit so bad that it almost don't feel like nothing else matters. And once you want it that bad, then you will have it. Once you want it so bad, that's all you can think about. And don't be in love with the money. Money comes and goes, right? I just did a 5-figure deal today. Don't care. Be in love with the process. Once you love the process, then you will be successful. Darren, what are you talking about? Right? I'm not going to sit on here and talk for an hour about liquidating credit cards. Right? Do you even have the proper credit cards? Are you talking about business lines of credit? Or are you talking about personal credit? I don't know. How much lines you got? I don't know. What are you using it for? I don't know. It's freaking 100 people in here, man. You talking about some liquidating some credit cards. I'm not dodging shit. I'm not going to sit here and talk about liquidating credit cards when I don't even know if you have what kind, right? I have people on my team that will liquidate them for you. Anything else? Just tell me, fam. Yes, I have a person on my team that will do it for you. Especially if I gave you the funding. Did I give you the funding? This thing on? So I work for you for nothing? Do you do Chef Corps? It's part, yeah. It's a tool. One of the many tools you get if you sign up for my free webinar, right? I'm gonna break down some things that you get because a lot of people really don't understand the full functioning of a BMF, which I am, right? You came to me and you said, "Yo, Mr. Rich, I'm ready to get down. I'm ready to learn. I want to do this. I want to do that." And then the first thing I'm gonna say is, "Boom, what's your credit? How's your credit? It's XYZ. I'm having some things wrong. I need to do this right here. Cool. You need to focus here, here, here. Do this. Right here. Cool. What about investing? Well, they offer a 401k, but we ain't do it. Okay, cool. Go here. Do this. Go here. Do this. Cool. What's next? Do you have LLC, S corp, C corp? Do you have a trust? Well, I don't know if I really need one. Cool. You need to go here. Do this. Cool. You have any real estate? Nope. You want a house? Yes. Cool. This we need to do. Here. Do this. Damn, I got a lot of work to do. Shut up. We ain't even done. You want to buy a business one day? Cool. This we need to focus on. Credit. Here. Cash. Funding. Right? Cool. Let's raise capital. You want to raise capital? You got your own capital. I got some capital. How much you got? That ain't shit. We need to raise some more capital. Use other people's money. Go do this. Cool. You did your taxes? How's your taxes? My taxes wasn't that good last year. Cool. I want a tax return company. Send me all 3 of your last year taxes, and I'm gonna review them for free. Review. Send me. Give me. Damn, man, I've been doing this shit for a month. I don't give a shit what you doing. You talking all that trash in that lie? Facts. Thank you, Michael P. Jordan in the group. Hey, and then the bad part about it is people say, "Yo, man, that's a lot of work. I don't know if I can do it all." Why the hell are you wasting my time, man? You want to get down? Let's get down. You the man. You talking all that shit in them chats. Yo, man, I'm ready. I'm hungry. Cool. Send me your damn tax returns. Let's go get this LLC going. Let's get this these investments going. Let's get this business going. Let's get this real estate going. Let's get this credit going. Oh man, this shit too much. You ain't ready. You ain't ready. Right? You want funding? I got you. You want to liquidate your funds? I got you. I'll teach you 4 different ways on how to do that. That's just kiddie stuff, right? You trying to liquidate $5,000 on a bullcrap credit union card? That ain't shit. What 100,000 wow at? Right? And then the bad part about it is, if I did liquidate the cards, what are you gonna do with it? What are you gonna do with it? What play do you got? I'm ready. I'm listening. Probably not a good one. Because a lot of people come to me and they think they got the shit on lock and they don't know nothing. They are not that good. You're not that sweet. You might have dominated in high school. You're probably the best player on your high school team. But when you get to college, you're going to get yoked on a few times. It ain't that sweet. I promise you. So either you do it all or we doing nothing because you're wasting my time, right? I ain't got time to waste. You want to go? Let's go. If you don't, you figure it out. How you like that? This thing on? Anyways, back to what I was saying. Somebody asked about Chef Corpse. I apologize. All right, Chef Corpse. All right, so there are a lot of people on these apps that talk about Chef Corpse. And then we have what's called Shell Corpse. Shell Corpse and Chef Corpse. Mr. Richard, there's a difference? Yeah, there's a big difference. Do I want to go into detail now about it? Not really. But let's just say, for example, you can buy them both. I didn't know this shit. I'm not going to get into it. But what I will get into is this. You can buy them both. Okay? A shell, easiest way to think about it, a shell hides something, and a shelf, you sit it on the shelf and it ages. We'll leave it at that. Not going to get into it. That's just what they do. One is an aged business, and one is to hide something for protection. Okay? Majority of people, when they're talking about buying one, they're always talking about a chef, Top Chef Corp. They buy an aged business. So let's think about it. Why do people buy aged businesses or buy aged LLCs or C Corps or S Corps? Because people want to go to the banks and have longevity. There we go. You getting there? Is that your real face or that's just a fake photo? I thought you was a Asian girl or something. So people want to have longevity in their business. But let's really think about it. You have longevity in your business, but can you pay the bill? Now I'm gonna give you two examples, right? You tell me which one is the most qualified person. Person A has an aged company. His LLC is 30 years old. No income, no assets, 500 credit score, 500 personal credit score. Okay? Person two has a LLC that's a week old. $800 credit score, no personal debt, no income, no collateral. Now, pretty much one person has, person one or person A has a 500 credit score with a 30-year-old business. Person B has an 800 or 700 credit score and his business is a week old. Who would you loan money to if you was a bank? Would you loan it to a person that has a 30-year-old business that don't make any money with bad credit, or a person that had a business for a week that has good credit that don't make any money? Both of them don't make money. One just has good credit and the other one has bad credit. One has an aged business and one has a new business. The answer, this ain't my opinion. I just had a lunch with a bank manager at Truist about a month ago. Actually, fuck, this was in April. Damn, I'm getting old. In April. And we sat down and this is the type of stuff we talk about. Hey, Rich, what's happening? Nothing, chilling. I was thinking about coming up there and getting a loan. I want to see what programs you got. Shit, I'm about to head out to lunch. Shit, where you going? This new little Asian restaurant down the street. Hey, can I meet you there? We can talk. I can treat. I don't give a damn. Let's talk. Run it. You know, and this type of stuff we talk about. The answer is not my opinion. The answer is good credit will out Trump any aged business. That's the answer. Good credit will trump any business. Okay? I don't give a damn if your business is 5 years, 50 years. I don't give a damn if you got the LLC and the S corp and the C corp from Ford Motor Company that was started 130 years ago. I don't care. If your personal credit is shitty, they're going to tell you to bounce. Because all debts now are secured with personal credit. Because people with Chef Corps or Shell Corps, Dun & Bradstreet, Trade Lines, Net 30s, Net 60, Net 90s, pretty much messed it up for everybody. They pretty much messed it up for everybody because they thought that they were trying to get away with the system. They were trying to get over on the system. And then people like, yo, man, how can I get a loan not PG in? It ain't happening, dog. You're gonna have to personal guarantee this debt. You don't pay, we coming for you. How Donald Trump did? Yeah. Yeah, but shit, Donald Trump put all this shit in the trust. And once you understand the systems that rich people use, you will never look at money the same again. The system is here for everybody. This is what's crazy because a lot of people say, yo, man, the system ain't for black people. The system ain't for whites. The system ain't for Hispanics. The system ain't for Mexicans. The system ain't for Indians. The system ain't for Persians. No, the system is just the system. It's black and white. You just need to learn the system. That's all. You got to learn the system. No one's really teaching people this. No one's not showing people this. Your boy is. Because I don't give a shit. Right? Because I sit around and I talk about money all day. And right, I made me a small fortune over years. And now I just sit at this damn computer and be bored out of my mind. So I might as well start helping people. Fuck it. You know? Now, if you want to come, you want to learn, let's go. If not, hey man, have fun. You know, you figure it out. It might take you some years. It might take you some time, but why reinvent the wheel? Why not utilize the resources in front of you? Can I talk to you for 5 minutes? Lewis, you can afford me. No, I'll tell you something. Honestly, what it say? If you don't like it, you can block me. I have to show you block me. Hey, you probably try to sell me on something. I'm good. I don't need it. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. I get pitched comically 10 times a day. And I get people asking me for a phone call about 10 times a day, 15 times a day. I get about 200 DMs a day. Right? Not bragging. That's just what it is. And I sit here. I have a board. I check it every Monday and every Thursday and every Saturday. All my DMs. Your Instagram? My Instagram what? I'm on Instagram. There's only like one person on there. Let me see who's on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, shout yourself out. Say something. Yeah, Instagram live, but ain't no one on there. I got 2 people on Instagram, and one of them just left. Let's see who got in the chat. Let's go. Let's see what we got going on. All right. Twitter, we got 4 people. Shout out to Twitter. Put your name in the comments. Let me know where you're from. YouTube, we got 15 people. Twitch, we got 1 random person. That's cool. Facebook Live, we got 2 people, even though I think Facebook Live is even working. How many? And then and TikTok, I got 100 people or so. How many phone calls do you realistically do in a day just to see my chances? Uh, None. Every once in a while, like I put like this, man. It was a guy. We was chatting in the DMs on I think Instagram, and he was really really cool, and he was just uh, like he was just like really really like, hey man, what's going on? I appreciate you. And he just like every time I talk to him, every time I'm on live, he just be giving like positive, 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 positive. And he's like, yo man, I wanted to move forward with something, but I didn't know what I had a question about a particular area. And I said, I didn't feel like texting. So I said, yo, man, can you talk real quick? He said, yeah. I said, I'm only going to be 5 minutes. This dude talked my ears off, man. I said, yo, that's why I don't like doing it. People talk and talk and talk. I'm just like, oh my goodness, man. Like 30 minutes later, I was like, man, it's supposed to be a 5 minute conversation. I'm 30 minutes in. I don't mind it, but if I did it with everybody, I'd be sitting on the phone all day. You know what I mean? Bakersfield, California, now's how to party. But if you get into the coaching program, we can set up a one-on-one Zoom, and we just talk. We can talk and hash out everything you want to do. So just depends on you. But damn, I need to fix my TikTok. I really need to fix my TikTok. So yeah, anybody who, if you ever wanted to do the coaching program, all mentorships or all coaching comes with a one-on-one. So you can sit there and talk to me for all. You can give me every problem you got, and I'm gonna give you the majority of your solutions. Right? There's a couple of things that I'm just like, yo, bro, what the fuck? But 99% of the time, I can kind of get you in the right place. Right? And then sometimes people will say stuff like, you know, sometimes I'll talk to people and they'll say, "Oh man, that ain't gonna work," and I'm like, "I think you don't know what you're talking about. This stuff works. You just got to do it, right?" And then I ask them a week later, "Do you do it?" "No, I've been busy." Oh my goodness. Do you sell business lines of credit? Sell is a strong word. I'll help you get business lines of credit. So what we'll do is we'll work on your business. So we'll work on your business structure to make sure that you look like or pretty much fit all the check boxes for a business. So I'm gonna break something down to you. Whenever you go out and try to get business funding, ding dong ding. Whenever you try to go out and get business funding or business credit, and you go to a bank to get those lines of credit, they have auto filters. Okay, I'm gonna put you on some auto filters game. I'm not gonna talk too much about it, but I'll put you on a couple. I'll probably put you. I don't want to talk all day about this crap. But let's say if you had a home phone number, like your personal cell phone number, right? If you have a personal cell phone number and you put it on a funding application for your business, as soon as you type that digital number in, as soon as you hit submit, that shit's gonna send it through a auto filter, and it's gonna ping your number. If that number pings to a personal number, not a business, your funding application or your business credit will automatically get denied. Automatically. So there's multiple things that you need to be saying on your business credit line or business funding, not even necessarily 1-800 number. You just need a number that's tied to a business, not to your name. So, for example, if I searched, let's say I don't what's your area code, Mr. Earth, Asian weird looking dude. I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even know what that picture on your profile is. Okay, so 214. Okay, so 214 Dallas. So let's say 803. You in Columbia. You in South Carolina. So let's say two. So let's say if a number was 214-888-0000, right? That's probably a business number. You know, that number is tied to a business. Whenever that number pings, it's going to say, is this a business number or a residential or a personal number? As soon as it checks those parameters, it will say yes. You know why banks and credit unions do that? No. Don't focus on the place. The what I'm trying to get you to learn is that a business number on your funding application will get you past the parameter checks. But there's like 8 different checks. Because what happens is, think of it like American Express. How many credit applications do you think American Express gets? Right? American Express probably gets a credit application. Shit. They probably get like 20,000 credit applications a day. Right? They can't loan out 20,000 people a day of credit. So they have to filter a lot of them craps out. You hear me? So they have to filter a lot of those out. How do they filter them out? You going for a business line of credit, your freaking number is a home number, they're going to kick you out of there. About as simple as it gets. So it's a system. It's systemized to filter them. Yeah, because their objective is to get you to process as many people as they can to get the most qualified people they can. So now let's think about it. If you got 20,000 applications for your service, you got to filter them people out. You need to get to the qualified people, right? You might only approve 2,000 people a day out of 20,000. You'll filter out random stuff here and there, right? One is probably income, one is probably your number, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff that you need to probably learn, right? I'm not going to sit here and talk about different things on funding applications. Fuck that shit. I ain't got time for that. But just note that the system will kick you out. You need to learn all the things and some. What's the difference between a business owned cell phone or a company cell phone number? Okay. Whenever you I trying to see what you're saying, but I kind of do and I kind of don't. I'm trying to answer it the best way as possible. When you went and got your phone number from T-Mobile, Sprint, Verizon, or whatever, that number that you use to call your mama and your auntie and your sister and your brother, hey, thank you, appreciate the likes. That person that you call, whenever you got that number is registered to you. Okay? Now, if you go out and get a number and you register that number to a business, then it's not a personal number. It is a business number. I don't know if I answered your question, but if it's your phone number that you use as a business number, if I call T-Mobile or Sprint and I say, hey, 813-555-5555, whose number is this? Oh, it's John's. Okay, thanks. It's not a business. It's John's. John Williamson. I don't freaking know. Right? So there's ways you can do it. There's cheap ways. There's free ways. There's expensive ways. There's easy ways. There's hard ways to get that, right? But those are the type of things we talk about if you want to move forward in the coaching program. That's tomorrow at 9 p.m. But I'm about to get off here. I've been on here almost an hour and a half. I'm gonna get to my hour and a half mark, and then I'm bouncing, which is in 10 seconds. One and done. All right, so I'm gonna put it in the chat one more time, and I fixed my website too. So if you're interested in moving forward, you want to learn more about this stuff. I mean, if you've listened to me for an hour and a half, and I gave you some kind of value, I must kind of know what I'm talking about. I'm not reading off no slides. I'm not regurgitating some bullshit that I heard on Instagram. I am not that guy, right? I sit and study and read money and literature and vernacular and all that stuff daily, right? This is just what I do. I just need a consult on a business purchase. Cool, I'm getting to you, right? You want to learn this stuff? This is how we do it. Click the link in the bio, join the free class. You want to get started? Watch the free class, learn something, get some value. You want to move forward? Let's move forward. If not, it's fine. I don't care, right? But a lot of people will come to me. You know, this is what's crazy about a lot of this stuff. They'll come to my lives on TikTok or social media, listen to me talk for 3 hours, and then 3 days later, listen to me talk for 2 more hours, and then come to a live event where I talk for another hour, and then they'll say, man, I'm not sure though. I'm like, what do you mean you're not sure? Like, you listen to me like 10 hours this week. If you find value in it, could you imagine the value I give you if you there? If I could talk to you on a weekly basis? Right? I'm answering y'all questions off freestyle. I'm the Lil Wayne of finance. This is all freestyle. I ain't got no slideshows. I'm looking at a fucking screen. Shoot. I mean, I'll turn it off. Let's flip the camera around. That's all I'm looking at. I don't have a slideshow. I'm not just making up stuff. Legit. I mean, some people just are naturally good or work at a talent for years and really and pretty much got good at it. Not bragging or nothing, but this is what I do. You want to learn how to do this? You ready to move forward? Click the free class, sign up, and let's go from there. You look much better. Alvin, don't be telling another grown man he look better. Weirdo. Travis Farmer, can I use your number service like Bumper? I never heard of that one, but I'll look it up. Yeah, it looks straight. But there's other ones out there, and they're a little cheaper too. But hey, whatever. Teach their own, right? So, hope you found value in this. Damn, there's so many people in here, man. I kind of don't want to get off, but I'm getting tired. I'm getting restless. I got a headache. I'm disgruntled. I'm hungry. I got an early morning tomorrow. Shit. Yeah, I gotta get up early in the morning. All right, then. All right. Y'all have a good day. Y'all take it easy. Sign up for the free class. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Later, dudes.